Howdy y'all. Hey, I'm back out at the Prairie Dog field. Of course, I got the B-Mag 17 WSM for those that aren't familiar with it. I'm kind of camoed up because these prairie dogs, if they see you moving around, they'll start squeaking and peeping and making all kind of racket. Then they'll all run back down the hole. So, man, I didn't know I did this good a job of camouflage, but between the shadows and the sunlight hitting on me and the camo I'm wearing, man, I could barely see myself there. But anyway, I get my glasses up and start searching the field over, and then that red thing you see there is, I believe that was out at about 120 yards. But I try and use the rangefinder, and if it's over 200 yards, I generally will just kind of lay off of them. There's different places in the field where I can sit and get, closer shots. So I'm still working on this quadrant here. Eventually I'll move over to the other side of the field and shoot back this other way. But there's not a lack of targets. These prairie dogs are out and about. Of course, I start about 7 in the morning. And that's just about the time they start coming out. And then if I can stand the heat, I'll generally stay till 10. I try and keep my bubble level pretty much level on this little table. I'll tell you a little bit more about this table that I'm using. I got up off the prone because I was a little bit worried about the fleas. I'm kind of working around these prairie dogs in the holes and stuff even. So I didn't want to, be laying down all the time and right around in the flea area. I don't know if you've heard, but Utah, I believe, and Colorado have both had prairie dog colonies that have been found to have the plague, bubonic plague. So these are actually in pretty close to town. These are within 1 mile of within 1 mile from my house, and even closer to some of my neighbors. But we try and keep them culled down where we can. Kind of see my heart beating in that crosshair. Being up off the ground, it's just a tiny bit more shaky, but that table is really solid. Now, these are the 20 grain. I've got some 25 grain on order, and I'm hoping they're going to be even more accurate. But you can go back and pause that video if you want to take a look at some of the energy and the drop and stuff, the ballistics of it. But most of these shots I'm shooting are probably 100. Like 120 to, 160, somewhere in that neighborhood. I think I had one shot that was under 100 yards. And of course, if they're out there, I can see quite a few of them that are, 200 yards plus. But I generally just think I'll wait until I move my table over there, and I'll shoot the other quadrant of the field or the other half of the field later. That one's about half hidden behind a berm, but I still got him. Yeah, I don't really like them shooting them when they're laying down like that. I'd just soon they all be standing up like bowling pins, but Oftentimes I'll see them and get the camera on them when they're standing up, but then by the time I get on the gun, then they lay back down. So, I don't know, it's kind of hard doing the camera and the scope cam and the gun. I got that one, but they're pretty tough little animals. They don't kill over just real easy. If you don't hit them pretty hard, they'll try to get back down the hole if they're anywhere near it. I wanted to show you all this little, it's kind of a folding table frame that I found in the dump. It didn't have a top to it, and it would, of course, you know, fold all the way down, but I got a little piece of chain and stuck on these little end pieces. And of course I had to practice it a little bit, find out exactly what the right height was when I was sitting in kind of a academy fold-up chair. But anyway, then I took a little, I guess it's about a 2x3 tabletop and put on it. And man, it's just at the right height. And you know, I can slide it around whenever I need to, depending on where the prairie dogs are in the field. So anyway, I think a man with maybe a couple of crossing 2x4s with some all thread went all the way across here, maybe some 3/8 all thread with some washers in between, so you could still get some kind of a bit of motion. You could probably make you a pretty good little old table. Maybe just, you know, put some, I don't know, 1x2s or something like that for the cross pieces here. But if you're looking for a lightweight little table, this is something that I came across that seemed like it worked real good for me today out in the field. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you before I closed out the video.